President-elect Donald Trump spent the weekend adding new names to his cabinet list. Oil titan Chris Wright was tapped to serve as the Secretary of Energy. Wright staunchly defends the use of fossil fuel and previously denied climate change. Also announced over the weekend, Will Scharf as the White House Staff Secretary and Brendan Carr as the FCC Chairman. Meanwhile, the Trump transition team continues to face backlash for several controversial picks, including Defense Secretary choice Pete Hegseth. CBS News confirms Hegseth paid a confidential settlement to the woman who accused him of sexual assault back in 2017. Hegseth has denied any wrongdoing. Now, in a statement to CBS News, Hegseth's attorney, Tim Palatori, says that payment was made out of concern that the allegation would have him fired from Fox News. He also says the alleged victim initiated the encounter. No charges were filed as a result of that allegation. CBS News political reporter Katrina Kaufman brings us the very latest from West Palm Beach, Florida. Katrina, what more do we know about Trump's response to this allegation?
Liz, so far Trump has been standing by his selection of Pete Hegseth. When I reached out to the campaign, they said that Trump has chosen highly qualified candidates and that Pete Hegseth is innocent and has denied these accusations. Hegseth has maintained that he made this confidential financial settlement payment to the woman who was accusing him of sexual assault in order to avoid potentially being fired by Fox News. This might also feel familiar to President-elect Donald Trump, given that we just went through a criminal trial in New York that was focused on a confidentiality agreement made between him and adult film star Stormy Daniels, and he was ultimately convicted of 34 felony counts related to that payoff.
And Katrina, more than a dozen cabinet positions remain unannounced today, including Treasury Secretary. Elon Musk has endorsed Howard Lutnick as his choice for the position. How much influence does Musk have at this point over these picks?
Liz, that's a great question. We know that Musk has been a constant presence at Mar-a-Lago since Trump was elected. He even traveled with him when Trump went back to New York this weekend to go to a UFC fight at Madison Square Garden and sat next to him for the entire fight. The men were talking quite a bit. Musk has been in meetings with world leaders. He was there when Trump spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He's been weighing in on staffing picks, including over the weekend he posted on X, as you mentioned, saying that he prefers Howard Lutnick over Scott Bessent, who has been another top contender for the Treasury Secretary pick. Sources have said that Trump has joked that Musk won't leave Mar-a-Lago, so it's possible that he's overstaying his welcome there a bit, but he has been a real presence in Donald Trump's ear.
And Katrina, while we have you, Trump attended the UFC fight at Madison Square Garden over the weekend alongside several people he intends to nominate to his cabinet. House Speaker Mike Johnson also in attendance there, but it's who Trump sat next to during the fight that we want to talk about. What more can you tell us?
Yes, Trump was there with quite an entourage, but what was interesting is about halfway through the fight, UFC President Dana White had been sitting on the other side of Trump. Musk was to his left, and another man sat down, and that is Yasser al-Rumayyan. He serves under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and he manages Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. He's also on the other side of a potential partnership with PGA Golf between them and Live Golf, which was launched by Saudi Arabia a couple years ago. And Trump has supposedly been meeting with people on both sides of this deal. And what's significant about this is a source told CBS over the weekend that it's emblematic of the potential conflicts of interest that can arise if Trump doesn't divest his business interests before taking office. The source emphasized that when Trump is making policy decisions related to foreign governments and interacting with foreign governments, it should be about the interests of the American people and not potentially about his own bottom line.
All right, Katrina Kaufman from West Palm Beach, Florida. Thanks so much for following that for us.